Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be using a drugstore eyeshadow palette that's $10. I think this is really a great opportunity for you to learn some techniques and not feel like you invested too much, get the techniques down, get the colors down, and then you can invest in other palettes that you might have had your eye on that are more expensive. Now, I also have a really beautiful product that I've been working on that I'm launching soon that I'm going to be showing you here in the makeup tutorial. I'm very excited. And are you ready? Let's get this beauty started. All right, ladies, I'm going to do really fascinating makeup tutorial. Yes, it's fascinating. I'm using an eyeshadow palette that's $10. So I got it at the drugstore today. I did do a video, I don't think it was last year, it might have been the year before, and it was called The Most Expensive Looking Drugstore Makeup. And I really loved the look. I really loved everything that I picked out. It's a great video if you want to go back and see a full drugstore makeup tutorial. I get a lot of comments that I don't do drugstore, and I have, but I don't do that anymore for the most part because I have dedicated my entire life to Nikol Beauty, and I just end up spending thousands of dollars at the drugstore because I'm so obsessed with trying to find just the right exact product, and I never do, and I feel like I waste a lot of money. So I stopped doing that. I focus in on what really works and what I think works for mature women, and I've spent countless hours formulating for you. And that's what I want to concentrate on. But today I went to the drugstore because I needed to get acetone for my nails. I'm going to be doing a new nail thing that Dashing Diva came out with called Gel Extend. This is the first ever no soap nail extension system. They have, you're not going to be able to see this, but these are beautiful, natural looking kind of nail extensions, and I wanted to try it. I don't normally do full coverage. It makes me feel claustrophobic for some reason. I don't know. I know it sounds weird, but something about it, but I'm going to try it. So this is the palette that I found today when I was at the drugstore, and it just reminded me, it's from Milani. It's called Gilded Mini. The color, it's all rosé, number 120. I thought it was really pretty. It reminded me, it was inspired by this kind of feel from the Tom Ford. This is number 30 Insolent Rose. I've done makeup tutorials with this. Beautiful, got a lot of compliments. So I thought, well, why not try this out and see what we have and see how it works. I think it might really complement what I'm wearing. So we're gonna try it out. We're going to try and see what happens. So I'm going to just do a little eye primer. This is my first step because I need to neutralize out my eyelids. Now, my skin has been peeling, and it's only from this one product that I use so randomly. Dr. Dennis Gross sent me these, and they only sent me 4. This is the Advanced Retinol Plus Ferulic Perfectly Dosed Retinol. It's on a pad, 0.5% pure retinol, extra strength. Clearly, because today I was like, oh my gosh, I'm peeling everywhere. I was like, this is really weird. I can't believe it. So that's what it has to be from. And it's great. I mean, if that's what you're looking for, but hopefully everything I put on my skin today will look good because I have all this flaky skin. It's fine. I have used that so randomly, very sparse. I did not do them all, just spread them out over weeks, and it's still showing you how extra strength it is. All right, eye primer is on. Let's go in with some of my Fiercely Smooth face primer. I'm going to put this on. Oh, before I do that, let me put on a little serum so it will help with all of this kind of flaking and peeling. So this was really cute. If you watch my Instagram, Peter Thomas Roth sent me a little PR package, and actually it was sitting at the office for months. So this came out, I think, in January because my team said, hey, do you know why this box is in the break room? I'm like, I have no idea. And so when I asked them, when did you send that to me? They said, oh, that was months ago. I was like, I'm so sorry. It was so cute too. You open the box and it had Peter's voice, a recording telling you, the box said, postpone your injections or postpone your injection appointment. I was like, Peter's on to something. He knows what I'm doing. And then it's a peptide skin injection, amplified wrinkle fix serum. And so I thought, this is so great. He had this little recording of him telling you about the product. And if you do Botox or what have you, this will help prolong that. So your treatment. So it was great. It's a win-win. So if you don't do it, amazing. And if you do it, you can still use it. So I thought it was a really great little different creative PR package. All right. So the serum is on. Let's just take a little bit of the Fiercely Smooth. We'll put the face primer on. I'm going to put on, since I'm prepping everything right now, some Rose lip balm. All right, so it gets a little complicated because you have 6 colors, right? So when you go into Chanel or Dior is actually 5, or something like Tom Ford, you have 4. With mine, you have 3. Makes it very, very easy when you have 3. I know that you love 3, but there aren't really 3 at the drugstore. So we have 6. So what we can do is we can figure out the 3 that we really want to use. I wouldn't use all 6. I think it's really, to be honest with you, a waste, but you can get creative and figure out what you want to use when. So I think I'm going to be using this color. I'm going to be using this color, and I think this color. I don't know. I want to see some color, and I'm trying to compare it to, this is an interesting thing. They don't really have a dark, if they don't have a darker color, but this is a matte. So maybe we'll go into that. So I'll tell you what I'm doing. I got to kind of look at it a little bit, but let's go in first with, and I don't know how pigmented this is. So let's go in first with this color here. Let's go in with this kind of peachy color. It's almost like the color of my jacket. So it picks up nicely on the brush. I'm getting a nice pickup for this $10 eyeshadow palette. And I'm going to go to the base. Again, if you have any creasing that's minimal, it's a cream product for your eye primer. Just pat it down just right before you put on your eyeshadow. And I'm going to pick up more product. We're going to see how this goes on. Now, I'm going to give it the test. Remember when I was doing the Hermes eyeshadow palette that I just bought and I had put it on, and then when I was blending it, it almost was like wiping it away and making holes. It looked terrible. And that was $70 in a clamshell. It didn't even come in the compact. So let's give this a little test. I just want to see if I blend this a little bit, if it's going to take it off, because I don't feel from how it went on that it would, and it's not. It's really, do you see how nicely that blended? That's really nice. So I feel that, I don't know, that their Hermes palette was just such a disappointment. I could not believe it. I couldn't believe it. All right, so I'm going to blend this out a little bit, but you know what? I actually am going to go back over because I really like the color and I feel like it just took off that really pretty color on my eyes. I want to bring it back a little bit. I mean, this is definitely, it's going to be different than what I normally wear, but you know what? I do want a little color. I mean, I feel a little jazzy with wearing this little bolero. It's tiny, it has like stars on it. I kind of feel like it's a little bit different than what I normally wear. So let's just blend out. So I'm going to take my same eyeshadow brush, my flat eyeshadow brush. I'm going to go in with the lightest color. Let's go to this brow bone here and just give it a nice wash of lightness. This is matte, this eyeshadow. Now, remember too, I've told you before, if this is too bright and you're like, gosh, I don't think I could really wear that, or I really don't like it, it's not a problem. Take the lighter color that I'm doing now, this bone color, take it on your brush, and you can just sweep it down so it gives it kind of like that veil of just a lighter color, and you're going to be able to customize it for yourself. But again, remember, this is when you're working with a new eyeshadow palette, just play around with it on a day you're not going out or a night you're not going out and you have the time and you say, oh, I really like that. And then when you get to, I have to add a little bit more of that color back. I don't want it to be washed out too much. Then when you have that event and what have you, you're like, this is great. I know exactly what I'm going to do, and I don't have to mess around with all of these shadows and not know really how it's going to look. So I really need a darker color. Like I would love something in the browns just to give me that kind of definition that I want, contour. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe pop it a little with this gold. I'm going to use my finger because I want to see how this goes on with just the finger and giving this a little bit more excitement than being flat like that. And then we're going to take the dark chocolate waterproof eyeliner and we're going to deepen up that lash line. So it's going to be something that we can also kind of blend in a little bit to give it more on this lid, because we don't have that. I think this is really pretty actually, this gold over it kind of gives it a really nice look. Now remember, it's all coming together because I don't have anything on. I don't have mascara or foundation or anything, right? So when you do the eyes, kind of just like keep trusting that process that it's going to come together. So I actually think this is really pretty. It's a pop of color. It's very spring-like. You can pull this into summer and you can play around with the different colors. You can go lighter and then use maybe this darker one for the contour, right? So if you stayed light and did the whole lid like this and say, you know what, I'm going to go in with this one, or even this, just to give it a little bit of a wash of color and a little bit more dimension, you can do that. I'm going to risk it, and I'm going to go into this is not matte. This is matte. I feel like this one would be kind of nice to just see what happens if I did do a little here on the end. It's basically the darkest color. I don't know how this will even pick up, if it will. I'm just dying for something to give me that dimension. It's not really, but you know what? Don't worry. We're going to do it with the eyeliner. I'm going to take my lash curler. I'm going to curl the lashes. Lashes are curled. Now, this is going to be where it all pulls together. So we need some depth, right? So this is the waterproof dark chocolate that I love using, super smooth. It's very creamy. So you do have to have a special pencil sharpener that I have here that I created. So it's a rounded tip. I'll just do just a little bit to get me a little bit more to the product. It's always going to be rounded. It's not going to be a point, and it's very, very soft. For a reason. I did that for a reason. I wanted it to be gliding on your eyes, not pulling and tugging and you having to work super hard to actually have color on your eyeliner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right to the very base of my lashes, and I'm going to just build that up. This eye with this color needs to have that anchoring it. So I always love to go to just the end here and I lift up so I can get just that little bit of a lift at the end here. I like that look, and I'm going to just keep working, making it super, super tight going in. So I'm tapering it down. I'm not taking a full thickness over here. I feel like it's too heavy, especially as I mature. I will go underneath and balance it out, but just 3/4. So that's what I'm going to do to this eye, and then I'm going to do it to this eye. So I just went underneath a little bit here that you can smudge. Now, my pencil got stuck in my wrinkles over here because I'm not left-handed. So you can see how it skipped around and it doesn't look so fabulous. Like I had to chuckle a little bit because it's like skipping and it just looks so silly. So this is where my short sponge brush comes in. So you don't have to worry that you did this side and it looks, oh my gosh, it looks amazing. You can also just kind of smooth this out a little bit. It gives it kind of like that really beautiful look when it's just a tiny bit smudged. And it really comes in handy when you do things like this and you need to just erase the little mistake right there at the end. It's not an issue. I just like drag it across. And then this little guy at the end, I'm just going to go up like that and it should just come off. And then if you feel like you wiped off too much color, you can obviously go back and trace it back. Some days are easier than others and you just keep going. Now I'm going to be doing volume up. This is going to be my mascara that, of course, I absolutely love. This is going to really pull the look in. I did get a brand new one, so I'm very thrilled about that because I could tell that my other mascara was on its last leg. So base of the lashes, bring it straight up, and you're going to see lashes that you never thought you had, could never see, getting that beautiful coat of mascara on. It's just so pretty. Say you didn't want to do a thing, you wanted to use rose lip balm and a mascara. That is your key to really opening up your eyes, making them look like they're done, like you did lots of makeup, because you have this beautiful color, jet black, really making your eyes stand out. And it doesn't matter you don't have eyeshadow on or anything else. Mascara and a beautiful hydrated lip can take you a very far, far way. Mascara is done. Now you can see how it gives it that depth, that anchor when it comes to wearing a lighter kind of rosy, peachy color. And actually, you know, it's great. I'm so thrilled that it's actually matching what I'm wearing. You know what I want to do before I forget? I'm going to just use my clear brow fix and I'm going to, or my brow mascara, and I'm going to just groom my brows, just make them go up so they are combed. Now we're going to go in with a little Just Peachy. This is my color corrector. If you are not using a color corrector and you're over 40, you are missing out. This is going to really help your concealer. This is going to be a huge huge difference for you. You're going to be like, why have I not been using a color corrector before? I use peach to cancel out the blues and kind of like the greens that are going on underneath my eyes, my pigmentation. I have a no redness. If you have a lot of redness in your skin, you can use that. And I also have extreme cancel, which is an orange. If you have really dark under eyes or you have darker skin, it's really wonderful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just blend this in with my foundation buffing brush. Now we're going to use a little creamy concealer in light. I'm going to just add a little bit here and here where I see any maybe discoloration popping through. Now, what's so exciting, ladies, is that I have been working on for 2 years a serum foundation. You know, if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, when I go, especially like in 2022, 2023, I mean, I was obsessed with serum foundations. I did like this whole thing on trying and buying every single one I could find. And I worked on my formulation. I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew what was on the market that I didn't like. And there was a whole series, it must have been 2022, where they were too greasy or my skin looked so oily, or I was like, oh my gosh, I could never wear this all day. And I knew that I had an opportunity to create something for mature women that would be just really superior and beautiful. And I really fought for my bottle that I created for you. It's so beautiful. I wanted you to just feel very elevated, and I wanted it to be affordable, and I wanted it to be just everything you want it to be when you're going out, or if you wanted more coverage, or you have a wedding, or you just wanted to feel special and you wanted your skin to look magnificent as an older woman. It's just really a beautiful formulation. I have 3 colors I'm coming out with: fair, light, and light medium. These are as similar as the BB cream color. So if you are a light in BB cream, you would be a light in the serum foundation. So I'm going to be using light. You do shake it before you apply it. And it's really, I think, let me see if I can just drop it with this little kind of tester on my face so you can see how light it is. And it'll start streaming down because it's a very light formulation, and you'll see you don't need a lot of it. It's very silky smooth. It feels really nice and hydrating on the skin. And you can use your foundation buffing brush. You can use your fingers if you want to. I like to use the foundation buffing brush, and it goes a long way. You don't need a lot. So I just did that one. I'm going to see about taking it over to the other side. So you can see what kind of coverage you get and how beautiful it is. And it feels like you're wearing nothing. It's so lightweight. It's made in Italy, fragrance free. I did want to add some rose fragrance, or, I wanted to do that. But I thought, you know what? So many of us that are mature and just everything that we get, allergies to, we start developing random allergies. I just didn't want to kind of make it so you couldn't have a beautiful serum foundation because it had some kind of fragrance in it or whatever. So I just kept it really nice and clean. Serum foundation is on. I'm going to now add my Cameo lip liner. I'm going to pull it all together. We've got to add some color to the face. So what I'm doing, I'm just filling in my lip with the Cameo. I'm going to keep it as my lip liner, as my lipstick, go over with Manifest and Glow, and give it just this really nice muted, kind of still in that rose family. I'm going to take my Classic Beach Glow. This is all cream bronzer, cream blush, cream highlighter. I'm going to take this cream blush in the middle. I just love this look. And I'm using my flat foundation brush that comes in my Essential Makeup Brush Kit. And you can see subtle, pretty. We have a lot going on when it comes to these eyes with this color, but you know what? Why not? Why not experiment with color? Why not stop doing just nudes and doing different things and what have you? I think that it is nice to do this pop of color. It's $10. If you want to experiment, you want to see placement, you want to try your technique and you don't want to spend it on an expensive palette yet, you can do that. It's just very, very pretty when you have this kind of, again, more of a monochromatic look, if you will. And I think that I could do, you know what I could do? I could do a little creme brulee. Let's just warm up the cheeks a little bit. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little creme brulee. It's the hybrid of a bronzer, so it's gonna come out really beautiful. It's going to not just sit on the skin. It's going to just give you a little bit of color, a little bit of contour. And don't be afraid if you have another eyeshadow palette with browns or, deeper colors, you can mix them too with this palette. I'm going to just add a little bit of Nikita Banana underneath my eyes to set my concealer. So Nikita Banana is setting underneath the eyes, a very different look, but having fun with a $10 eyeshadow palette. And I have to tell you, they have a bunch of different colors that you can do, nudes and all different ones. I possibly have some more coming up for you that are going to be more in a natural palette, not really with the color. But again, you can have color, ladies. You can wash it down. It's all about how you apply it, your technique, how you use the different tricks that I teach you on how to take the lighter bone color that's matte and just wipe it down over what you just put on to mute it a little bit. There's a lot of different tips and tricks throughout my YouTube videos that really help you to be able to say, oh my gosh, I can take a $10 palette. I have 6 colors. I can mix them. I can get something really interesting or something different that I wouldn't, but I don't feel like I invested $70 or $90 or $50 and feel like, oh, I don't know how to use it or I really don't like these colors. Figure out what color scheme works for you. This is a great way to do that. I am so excited about my Serum foundation. You have no idea. On all of my conference calls, it's like, oh my gosh, is it almost here? And everybody was like, you've been working on this for so long. I said, I know. But I know that this is going to be something that's going to enhance your makeup. It's going to really just make you feel good. And that's the whole reason I do this. So I hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial. I hope you liked that I added in a $10 eyeshadow palette, giving you options, giving you range, and giving you just like a really beautiful look that you can mix in with your makeup that you have now. So ladies, until my next video, I'll see you later.